Hi everyone, and welcome to Pause for Self-Care with Di. I do hope you have been enjoying my channel if you're a regular, and if you're new to this channel, I do hope that you'll stick around. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Today I thought I would discuss anxiety with you. I know I haven't really done this on my channel. I've done panic attacks and self-care, but I thought because so many people don't actually realize what anxiety is. Even my husband struggles to understand my anxiety. So I thought I'd look into the SADAG archives and find an article for you about anxiety and use those tips in my video. Of course, because I'm a SADAG support group leader, it's important for me to use the information that I share with you so that it's as accurate as possible. Now, everyone experiences some level of stress and anxiety. And that stress and anxiety on a normal level can actually be good for you. It can help motivate you to get a task done. It can motivate you towards your goals. It can help with it, actually push you at exam times. So any normal amount of stress and anxiety can actually be good for you and help you in the long run. But then we have an anxiety disorder, and this is when anxiety becomes too much, and like in a normal position, you would be able to work through that anxiety. It would help you, push you, make you more determined. But when it comes to a disorder, the anxiety actually works against you and you feel worse, and you actually have symptoms that for some people need to be treated with medication. Although self-care and maintaining your self-care and maintaining your mental health is really important and does help too, and you need to combine that with medication. Okay, so let's just sum that up quickly. Normal anxiety and stress can be motivating. So for example, if you work well under pressure, that is how that works. But if you have an anxiety disorder, this is when anxiety is so much that you can't function normally from day to day and you need assistance. Okay, symptoms of general anxiety disorder are excessive anxiety during the day for a large portion of the day, difficulty controlling those worries, restlessness and feeling on edge, being easily fatigued, difficulty concentrating, or your mind just going blank, irritability, muscle tension, sleep disturbance, So this would be difficulty falling asleep and also restless, unsatisfying sleep and insomnia. The anxiety, worry, or physical symptoms cause significant distress or impairment in social work or other important areas of functioning. And that is directly off SADAG's article about anxiety disorders. I will leave a link in the caption for the video to the South African Depression and Anxiety Group, so that you can look up the articles that I'm speaking about and do a little further research and possibly use one of the helplines. Okay, so what my symptoms were before I was on medication was mostly irrational thoughts. I'd worry about my children, worry about my pets, worry about my husband, worry about myself, worry about what I was going to do, worry about what I wasn't going to do, worry about how I was going to do it, how I was not going to do it, worry about anybody who, if anybody was sick, worrying if they were healthy, worrying if they were okay at school, okay at work, worrying if I was going to be okay, worrying about driving. Yes, that is what my mind was like constantly every single day without anxiety medication. I used to get quite irritable, and my children can vouch for that. My sleep was actually really, really bad until I went on anxiety medication, and I have sleeping tablets which I take occasionally now, not every day. It really affected my day and how I functioned, and I find that being on anxiety tablets, I'm so much better, and that I'm not so tired anymore. I've got more energy, and yeah, I think it's one of the contributing factors to why I lost weight too, because I actually had energy to get out there, and also why I'm able to do so much. Besides looking after myself now, I've got the energy to do what I do, and I enjoy what I do. Okay, so what I did, I did go to therapy, but I didn't really think that I needed medication because I was kind of coping, and I didn't realize that how badly everything was affecting my day. So I went to my GP when I started to have panic attacks last year, when the issue started with the psycho neighbor, and she put me on anxiety tablets and sleeping tablets, which I should have been on years ago, to be very honest. And the first week was a bit crazy because she put me on quite a hectic sleeping tablet, so I was a bit zonked, but it actually helped work in the anxiety tablet, and she actually explained that to me in her rooms. So by the time I was finished, I think with 2 weeks of sleeping tablets, my anxiety tablets had taken effect, and I was doing far better than what I was. I still do experience anxiety, but more to a normal level. I still do worry about things, but also to a more normal level. And it feels so much better than to be all over the place and not have that focus that you really want to have. So in SADAG's article, they say you can speak to a mental health provider or clinic or your GP, and they could help you to be referred to the correct treatment. If you speak to a counsellor via one of the SADAG helplines, they can refer you to a mental health provider or a support group and help you just take things further. And ultimately, that's what we want. We want, as an anxiety sufferer, just to feel better. And where's the best place to go? Somebody who knows what they're talking about. Now, support groups are really wonderful because you join a support group and there are people in that support group who understand you, and because they feel the same things that you do. What is different about each person is you might be experiencing the same thing, but everybody finds help in a different way. So, for instance, what works for me might not work for you. And in a support group environment, there are various people, and you can all speak up and say, "This helped me." And somebody else in the support group say, "That would help me, but that won't." And it really helps you just feel better by using other people's tips. And that's what I really find wonderful about contacting SADAG and being a support group leader, because they believe that doing what is right for you is the best thing for your treatment. So yeah, that for me is awesome, because if you get told what to do you really feel like you're going to want to do it? But if you find a way that works for you, you're definitely going to do it again. So yeah, I like to give a lot of different tips that may not even work for me, so that perhaps something will work for you. An important tip as well about support groups: they don't take away the need for mental health care. So you may still need to see a therapist and continually go back to your GP so that you keep up to date with medication. Being in a support group is not going to stop that, unless those healthcare professionals suggest that you do otherwise, and then you take it from there according to how you feel. Family and friends are so important when it comes to anxiety disorder, because they are also an outlet for you to speak and feel better, because once you release what is happening, they can also direct you. So in my next video, I will explain a little bit about how friends and family of somebody with an anxiety disorder can help them. Now, when it comes to anxiety disorders, you have to learn how to manage it. And self-care is absolutely great, because you learn what is good for you and what doesn't really work for you, and you tend to integrate those things that do work in your daily routine. So yeah, exercise will lift your endorphins up. We do enjoy our walk at the park with Cami. Just generally taking care of your body is really great. I speak about daily self-care. I love to do my nails. That's a nice little creative thing for me once a week. Your mind, entertain your mind, keep it active, read books, do puzzles. enjoy it. Your spirituality, involve that in your mental health. So taking every part of your life and just balancing that is really helpful in your mental health, and especially your work life. It is so important to have a work-home balance, so that you can separate the two and you have time to spend with your family, because self-care is family time too. Always remember that. Your friends and your family are part of your self-care routine. It's all about bringing balance and having a good life. Now, over-the-counter medications can actually make your anxiety worse. So when you are considering taking medication to help you with your anxiety, speak to your GP first. For those who do well under pressure or what have you, can use maybe rescue, and it'll help them in the long run because it's natural, what have you. Even animals can use rescue to calm down to a certain level, and even animals need to actually have stronger medication given to them by vets to help them through things. So yes, everybody is the same in that respect. So please just be careful what you're doing when it comes to medications. Don't take anybody else's medication, because that works to their body chemistry, and you need medication that works to your body chemistry. What my GP actually said to me when she was giving me my anxiety medication, she said to me that sometimes you're not going to get the exact right medication on your first try, because the mental health medication isn't an exact science and everybody is different. So you kind of need to experiment a little bit, maybe increase your dose a little, maybe decrease your dose a little, just so that it's right for you and you can be functioning properly. Now, with my medication, I now feel anxiety and stress on a normal level. If I'm at threat, I'm not going to be totally zonked out and not be able to react. So it's normal and it's okay to be feeling like that. And by no means am I saying it's not okay to have an anxiety disorder. I'm just trying to say that normal stress and anxiety to motivate you or help you in a stressful situation is good, but when it's too much, then it's time that you perhaps get help, and just so that you can feel better. It's so important that you feel good and that you are able to live your life. And yeah, that's why I'm doing my channel, because I want other people to be able to feel good and feel motivated and do things and just live and not have that fear and anxiety hanging over their heads. In this article, Sadag asks a few questions, and they say if you have answered yes to 5 of the questions, that it is important for you to take the results to your doctor. So answer yes or no to the following. Are you troubled by excessive worry occurring more days than not for at least 6 months? Yes or no? Do you experience unreasonable worry about a number of events or activities, such as work or school or health? Yes or no? Are you concerned about the inability to control the worry? Yes or no? Okay, then are you bothered by at least 3 of the following? Restlessness, feeling keyed up or on edge? Yes or no? Being easily tired? Yes or no? Problems concentrating? Yes or no? Irritability? Yes or no? Muscle tension? Yes or no? Trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, or restless and unsatisfying sleep? Yes or no? Does your anxiety interfere with your daily life? Yes or no? Now, if you did answer yes to 5 or more of those questions, perhaps use one of the call lines I have mentioned in the video caption and contact SADAG to speak to a counsellor and take things from there. There are toll-free lines, even a WhatsApp line that you can use. I do hope that you enjoyed this little informative video about anxiety. If you would like to have more mental health tips, or mental health tips with a spiritual twist, do join me for my next video. Every Monday, I give a mental health motivation video. Some of them are with a spiritual twist, and then on Thursdays I do workshops and give other information. I have funny little videos of my animals on TikTok, and sometimes me just trying to be funny. And on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, I give you a few extra tips. So do follow me on socials too. Thank you for joining me. Until next time. Bye.